Hi, child of God. This video is mainly for parents, but you also can stick around. I was just, discussing with God just the cycles, some curses that I have seen in my lifetime and just the cycle of it. And see, this specific one, right? I was speaking to the Lord about it, and He was blessing me to perceive as we were speaking. And I'm talking about the one when a child does not end up doing what a parent has seen them to do or sees them doing. And the parent looks at them and they're frustrated, they're angry with them and they're displeased with them. And many times they end up speaking word curses upon the child. They're angry with the child, try to whoop the child. You get what I mean? Like things is that nature. And see, while you're living inside the world, you might look down on this child, right? Because you're not able to really see things for what they truly are. Or you might look at this child as though, they're just not there mentally, because it's just like, why are you not doing what I'm wanting you to do? Because what I'm wanting you to do is supposed to help you, right? And I'm speaking upon, like, living inside the world, like how it is living in the world. And see, what was revealed to me, and as I have already known, these things are curses, right? And there's many situations to where I could look back on now and like see, oh dang, it was a generational curse. At that time, that's why the cycle kept repeating and kept repeating. And see, child of God, one thing about a curse, it comes in many different ways, but it's the same outcome. You get what I mean? So as an example, let's say that you have a generational curse and you're cursed with the spirit of poverty, right? You could be a person, like I said, many times I've seen this situation play out so many times while I was living inside the world. Like I've seen it. It's like people, they'll be doing so good in life even up until like their adult years, their young adult years, and out of nowhere it's just like they fell. Like it's like you can't even explain it. They just fell. Then they start going through hardship and struggle and just everything like that, and you're just like, where did this come from? You get what I mean? You can't really explain it, because you're like, dang, this person was doing so good, how out of nowhere the things just turn south. It's a curse. And see, I was just speaking to the Lord about this, and when something comes onto my spirit, I kind of like be kind of preaching while sitting with the Lord and stuff, just letting these things come to my spirit and stuff like that, because I know the Lord wants to speak. And see, one thing that I was noticing, and like I said, when I speak to the Lord, it's like Holy Spirit be flowing. There's words and like certain things that I would just now speak of, that I would just comprehend when I spoke of it. And I don't know, it's just from the Holy Spirit. Like, that's all I could say. It's really from the Holy Spirit. But I was speaking how parents, like, there's certain, they will like curse you out, or they'll try and whoop you, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like there's nothing that could change. It don't matter how many different ways I try and approach, or you might have tried to approach it, it's gonna end up with the same outcome, because it's a curse. You know what I mean? It's nothing that you could physically do to stop it. And what I mean by that, I know many people will be like, well, if you pray, you could break a curse and stuff like that. But the tongue is a spiritual thing, because the power, like, it's from the spirit. And the thing is, these things, they don't break by our authority. You get what I mean? They break by God's authority. Like I said, the spirits, the demons, the strongholds, they don't break because you told them to break. And these spirits, they don't cease because you told them to cease, but they cease because of the authority of God, because God told them to cease, because God said break that stronghold, or stronghold be broken. You get what I mean? So it's just like that. And I would just remember inside where I see it so many, like I've seen it so many times. And I continuously to see it. It's like parents, like, you know what I mean? They'll curse out their child, or whoop them, or, do certain things. And it's just like, it's not the child's fault. It's a curse. You know what I mean? And it's certain times to where they might get farther than how the previous generation was, right? So say for instance, somebody, they might have been struggling ever since their teenage years. This might be a person, inside their teenage years they were good, but up until their adult years, you get what I mean, they started struggling, because the thing is, it's a curse. So it does not matter how many, like, it don't matter how differently you approach it, it's going to be the same outcome. And the Bible lets us know that we can't fight spiritual things with physical things. We just can't. So, even through this, child of God, and I don't know who I'm speaking to, the curse needs to be broken. Even if you are that child, even if you were the child that, was undergoing the curse, like, you have to break the curse. Like, it's time to break the curse, child of God, because it's just crazy. And I'm just thinking about it. It's the same cycle. And the thing is, the curse is still a curse, because it's still the same outcome. It don't matter what different majors people take up. It doesn't matter anything. And there's certain people, like, when they get 30 years old, they lose it all. When they're up until their old years, like, they lose it all. And then you look at it, you're like, dang, it happened out of nowhere. That's because it's a curse, child of God. And that's something that I noticed about a curse, and one thing I do notice about the enemy as well. But I'm gonna make a second video speaking about that. But one thing about a curse, it doesn't matter how differently you approach it. It's going to be the same outcome. And my thing to you, child of God, whether if you are a parent or a child, I just want you to know, like, it's a curse. It has to be broken. And I get it, like, certain parents, they get frustrated with their child, and, they're not understanding why things is not, going good for their child or going good for them. And I just want you to know, child of God, like, it's a curse. It has to be broken. Because it don't matter if you choose to be an entrepreneur, or your daughter choose to be a doctor, or whatever it is, it's going to be the same outcome, because it's a curse, child of God. It's a curse. Rather, if it's like a curse of poverty, maybe is it infidelity when you're not able to have kids, I believe. Rather if it's, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Just like a curse. It's something that goes generation through generation, no matter. And that's how you can identify a curse, child of God. I want you to know that. That's how you can identify a curse. If the same situation, if all these situations has the same outcome, it don't matter. Don't look at the beginning. No, look at the outcome of these situations. And that's how you're able to identify whether if it's a curse or not. That's how you're able to identify a child of God. I'm just thinking so I could tell you guys the right thing. But yeah, I just want you to know that, child of God, like, you can't fight spiritual things with physical things. You speaking those word curses over your child, it's not doing nothing. You can't curse up against a stronghold and it'll break. You can't yell at a stronghold and it'll break. Like, you can't do these things. The only way these things could be broken is through the Lord. So, I pray that helped you guys, and also really opened up you guys' eyes to identifying how curses work in general, generational curses and just curses in general, And I pray that bless you guys. And yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful, blessed day. I'm going to make a second video speaking about just really exposing the enemy. But yeah, I love you guys. Have a beautiful, blessed day.